come back and do the right thing. Don't run and hide because you've lost touch with the voters. Their problem are not redistricting lines. Their problem, Sean, is they've lost the minds of their voters who are moving towards the Republican Party all over the country. We're a red state. We deserve more representation.
Oh, that's a tough guy. That's a tough man right there. I mean, you probably can't tell because of, like his whole thing or whatever, but he wants you to believe that he's tough. The Democrats are running and hiding because they've lost touch with the voters. The entire reason this redistricting is happening is because Donald Trump is looking to what's gonna happen in the midterms, and he's like, oh dear God, we're gonna get shellacked. We gotta rig this thing beforehand. We can't possibly in the next year become more popular or more sane or whatever. So instead, we're just gonna steal seats. And Greg Abbott's like, you're totally right. We're not gonna be popular. We're gonna lose control, so let's do that. And so all of that's ridiculous. It's intentionally turning reality on its head. But the funny thing at the end from Dan Patrick there is we're red states. We deserve more representation. Again, directly turning reality on its head as we're going to demonstrate. Because here's a little graphic that shows the current distribution of the districts there based on how those districts voted in the last presidential election. Right now they have 27 to the Democrats, 11. Okay, so they already have the vast majority. Under the new map, it is likely that they will at least have 30 to the Democrats, 8. Base almost nothing for the Democrats. And there at the bottom, you can see what the actual share of Texas's vote was. It's not exactly half and half, but it's pretty, can we bring that up one more time? It's almost half and half. So no, red states do not deserve more representation. Red states have already stolen more representation than they've ever been able to earn by actually convincing the voters to support them. And this is just the Texas thing. I mean, we could go into, if we wanted to devote 40 minutes, Rachel Maddow style, to the way the composition of the Senate, the way the Electoral College, basically every structural component of the way our elections are done and our government is formed artificially props up conservatives, generally the current Republican Party, in how much representation they get. So I think they've gotten more than enough representation. And then of course, that then filters through to the Supreme Court, where they have way more representation on the Supreme Court than they should. And so they've gotten plenty, don't worry about that. Take a look at this under the proposed maps. They're basically just, there's tiny little slivers that they're giving to some of the Democrats or whatever. Again, it is a 40+% Democratic state. Don't believe the hype that it's some hard red state. It's not true. It's never been true. Sharon, what do you think?
I mean, it looks like a map Hello Kitty would love. I mean, it was just so red and pink and just beautiful. If you are of that persuasion. They are so worried. He talked about that they've lost touch with the will of the people. Lie. Okay, Texas is going more and more. It's taking more time. Okay, traditional red state like Travis County, Texas. Urban areas, the demographics changing. They cannot stand it. And thus the theft is, it's got to be taken a hold of. It's got to be taken seriously. This is survival for Donald Trump. It's not just about, oh, wow, he's going to look weak. He's not going to be able to pass things. This is his very survival. Because if the midterms go the way some think they could go, it could very well mean yet, how many impeachments has he had? But this time
2 already.
Conviction, right? He could actually be convicted at some point here. So he's got to continue to be the criminal that we all know him to be, and say, yeah, make it go away, make believe more.
Yeah. I mean, it's everything he wants wrapped up into one thing. It's stealing influence and power that he can't earn by convincing people, and also, dude loves getting people to chant "lock him up." And so he gets to do both of those things. That's all they have at this point: is lock up our political opponents, deport someone that doesn't look like you. That's their answer to basically everything at this point. And so there is a little bit a counterbalancing force. Again, shouldn't be necessary, but this is what we've got right now, where the Democrats in California are saying they think they can potentially, in a very similar way, take 5 House Republicans out of the California delegation if they choose to pursue these maps, including, by the way, Darrell Issa, obviously notable Trump ally, could be gone. In New York, Governor Kathy Hochul, they're saying that they could potentially do new maps too. And then of course the GOP is saying, well, maybe not just Texas, maybe we'll do this in Missouri and Idaho and Ohio and all that. Or how about this, as is pointed out by Governor Newsom, when he sees Abbott complaining about the gerrymandering, so why don't we ban it? Why don't we just not actually have it? And we have districts that actually represent geography that's sane, not Lovecraftian geometry or whatever. You could have a geography that's contiguous. You could have populations that make sense. You could have an end result that somewhat reflects the actual distribution of ideology in the state. You could do that. That is not beyond us, okay? If we could produce deep fake videos of Will Smith eating spaghetti that would convince anyone, I think we could figure out a way to redistrict. I mean, other countries, by the way, do it, and they don't do it like this. We're the ones that have chosen to curse ourselves with gerrymandering. So again, I think the blue states, California, good. New York, good. Get in, the rest of them need to get in the action too, okay? Connecticut, start redistricting or whatever until eventually we get to a sane solution. Any final thoughts, Sharon?
No, yesterday on Indisputable, I'm a flip-flopper, okay? I think last week on this program, I said, yeah, get in on it. Start just gerrymandering everything. And then yesterday I said, yeah, then the moral high ground and but nobody's really moral. So now I'm back to this position again. You see how easy that is? I think it has to happen. We cannot allow what little bit of democracy we have left to just fly away with the pigeons. We have to at least fight, okay? Fight.
Yeah. 100%. And as much as I enjoy holding the moral high ground as much as anyone else, is there any evidence that it's actually like done anything politically? I mean, Donald Trump got reelected. Donald Trump, no one has ever possessed less moral high ground than him, okay? You can't even see the moral ground he's on from where we're at, and yet he's in total control of his party or whatever, and plenty of people don't seem to care. Now, I think that we should, again, what we are pushing for is what I think is a more ethical distribution of power. But I also think just pragmatically, like why should we do, like, again, it's not like if all of these states do this now, well then, okay, everything's as gerrymandered as it can be and that'll be it. No, as soon as populations move a little bit or we get new results from an election, it looks like, oh, actually that area is trending a little bit more than we thought. You can just keep doing this over and over. Are we going to do these redistricting literally every year? It's insanity at this point. Don't go down this road. And we've tried. I did an appearance with a friend of mine, Patty Vasquez, on her radio show yesterday. Like we did the just persuading them of the superiority of independent redistricting for years, and they don't care. They only pursue something if they think that it's in their interests in terms of power. And so we have to convince them that way. We have to scare them with the current status quo of gerrymandering into accepting something more sane. So let's do that, okay? Gavin Newsom, lead the way. And then don't run in 2028.